Hello, my name is Fernando, and today's lesson we will be talking about N5 and N4 vocabulary, their kanji, and how to memorize the kanji using the radicals. So today we will be looking at three different radicals. Okay, these are patterns in kanji that will be used often, and most kanji will be made up of the radicals placed all together. In many cases, it will be 1, 2, and 3. If you memorize in this way, it will make the kanji easier and you do not have to memorize it from scratch. I will not be delving much into stroke order, just mostly the kanjis that will show up in more than once. Okay? So, we will be looking at Isa de la tableau. Number 1 will be mouth. Number 2 will be woman. And number 3 will be thread or string. Kuchi, onna, ito. However, these three kanjis will not be pronounced in this way when we use them with the kanjis that we will be talking about. The kanjis will not have these sounds, so just forget the sounds, just remember the shape of the kanji, okay? First one we'll be looking at is mouth. Now, in my other video, I explained how some kanjis will appear in other kanjis when they are related to that topic, for example, water or fire. That was in the other video. This video is slightly different. So in the case of mouth, sometimes it does have to do with saying or shouting or using your mouth, but it will show up in a lot of kanji, so let's get ready to use mouth. First of all, the only N3 vocabulary we'll be looking at is sakebu, shout, okay, or yell. Kamu. Kamu is bite. Now, also with kamu, please notice that it says mouth and the other one is tooth. So it's very easy to memorize first mouth and then tooth, and you place them together and you will have bite, okay? So that will make it a lot easier to memorize this. Also, there is rice on the bottom part of tooth. So as I said, if you place a bunch of these smaller kanjis inside of your head, it will make it a lot easier to remember. Also on the top, you can see stop. This one is the kanji for stop, just made a lot smaller. So you break it down, and eventually kanji is not as hard as it used to be. If you try to remember all of the strokes, it will be extremely difficult. But if you remember that there's mouth, there's stop, there's rice, and a little box around it, you will be okay. Moving on, we have naku. And naku is for cry or chirp. Mostly the sound that animals will make. There is another naku, which is cry. This one very similar to the other video I made about kanji with the water symbols. Remember that crying, you have tears flowing down your eyes. If you did not see that kanji video, please take a look at it after we're finished, okay? So that naku has the water, and that's how you can remember, oh, that's the one for crying, as in a person crying with tears dripping down their face. And this cry is more like a chirp, okay, especially for birds, which brings me to the other point. It has mouth, and it has the other kanji for bird. Mouth, bird, placed together, you have naku. Makes it a lot easier. The last one for mouth is su. Su, okay, and I made that gesture because it's the one for smoking tobacco. It can be used also for absorbing in or inhaling, but its most common use is for smoking cigarettes. So there you have it, these four, they all have mouth. So the only thing you have to do to memorize these kanjis is just look at the second part, and that's it. You are already halfway finished. And as I said with naku and with kamu, those ones also have other kanjis that you should probably memorize first, and then you just bridge them together. Very easy. The next one is the kanji for woman, onna. Okay, it has an n and then na, so onna for the pronunciation. Now, we will look at iya or kirai. It has woman at the front, and this is for your level 5. We have okoru for level 4, which is to get angry. And we have an, also yasui. These ones, I had to explain it because it's not the same meaning at all. Yasui means cheap. And anshin, level 4, anzen, level 4 as well, mean so comfort or peace of mind. And the other one means, and anzen means safety. So anshin means you have comfort and peace of mind, and this works with suru. And anzen means safety, or something is safe. So it's similar but different. And yasui being level 5 word for cheap. So again, same kanji but not related. As you can see in this example, this kanji is just woman, and it just has like a small roof on top. That's all you have to remember, and you will have finished memorizing that kanji. Very, very simple. The last one I want to talk about is ito, thread. And ito shows up on a lot of kanji. Now, I must bring up that in ito's case, the majority of the kanji in which it shows up has no relationship whatsoever with an actual string. It is just there so that you can make the kanji easier. It's just a set. It looks like string, but it does not bear a lot of relationship with the actual word string. In some cases, the kanjis will be a sort of help note, like as I mentioned before with the fire, that if you see it, it means something to do with fire. But in ito's case, it has nothing to do with a thread. It resembles a thread. So it's easier to remember if you just say, oh, okay, you write thread, and then you will write owari. Okay, level 4, owari, which is finish or over, done, completed. And in verb form, it would be owaru. Okay, so very, very simple. Again, you just put thread, and you're halfway finished with your kanji. The next one is for your level 4, keizai. Keizai, the economy. In general, when we talk about the economy. So, as you can see, we have our thread, and also in the zai part, we have the 3 drops that I said before in the previous video are related to water. Now, not always will it be something to do with water, and in this case, it doesn't have anything to do with water. So sometimes it's there to remind you that it has something to do with water, like I said in the previous video, and sometimes it may not have anything to do with water at all. Just, again, it makes the kanji easier. It's all made in blocks. The next one we'll look at is for your level 5, kami. Paper, not God. That's a different kanji. Same pronunciation. And kami for paper. Again, it has the thread. Once you break down all of these kanjis, you can see that, well, you're basically halfway finished. You just have to memorize the other part. It makes it a lot easier when you break it down piece by piece by piece. In some cases, it is entirely possible to break down an entire kanji that may have 12 to 15 strokes that are all just other kanjis put together. So, this should help you make kanji and learning kanji a lot easier. It will not make it super, super easy. It's not as easy as already having the exact same alphabet. There's still a challenge, but it's a lot easier when you already know at least one part of the kanji, and all you have to do is memorize a few more strokes. It's a lot better than trying to memorize everything from scratch. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I hope you enjoyed the explanation. I hope that it connected in some way. If you have any questions about any other types of kanjis or how to memorize, or if you're doing it right, any sorts of problems, grammar points, etc. that you want to know about for your exam or just because you want to know, please leave a comment. Please share with your friends who are also learning Japanese. It helps them and it helps us, so it works both ways. And again, thank you guys so much. You guys have been wonderful. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. My name is Fernando. You guys have a great day. Take care.